Good morning, Turtle Club. It is that time again. Here we are on Sunday morning for another episode of Mag vs. Wild on our new Olympus server. We're getting some things set up. It's been a week, Turtle Club. Let's start off with turning down this volume a little bit. We are loading into the server here. Unfortunately, we had a couple of crashes occur, and when crashes occur, we just got to let it all reboot and come back up. But what we're doing is we're going to go over 3-ish mods, more like 2.5 mods today, while we're showing what this server is going to have on it, what it's going to be capable of, and some of the things that we're going to be doing. And while we're waiting for these to load in, we'll just go ahead and pull over this INI file if we can. That's weird. So, we'll just have to wait for the game to catch up then. Arc's been really weird. Ever since I put it into windowed mode instead of full screen mode, Arc does not like me. It has decided that it no longer wants to be my friend. So we'll probably have to go back to full screen mode, which means we're going to have to figure out a way to do things. Yeah, see, it just went right to the desktop. So here is some sample code for the INI. Now, I've made this a little bit more readable. This is the half mod that we're going to be talking about here, is the currency exchanger. It's a piece of Gazlaw's very awesome auction house mod. And sounds like we might be getting a few things here to load in the background. And this right here is some housekeeping stuff that we want to go over and talk about real quick. These commands get ran on our server daily. And the reason why these get run on the server, along with the destroy wild dinos, is because as Arc makes dinosaurs pop up as they spawn in, basically if it creates fertilizer or eats food or generates heat or could attack you or could run away from you, the server has to keep thinking about stuff all the time. And not just about one thing, right? Imagine if you had to think about not only just your own thoughts, but the thoughts of 30,000 other people all at once. You'd have problems. I mean, that's just the way it would go. Is you would run out of mental capacity or bandwidth. So that's what the Arc server cleanup script here that I've got built for. On our host, there's an actual tab marked schedules where we can go in and create these actions. And there's a bug that's known on Arc. Eventually a beehive will die, but the actual the bees in the hive will die, but the beehive will be left behind. What this does is it destroys all of the currently active beehives. It means that they have to spawn back. But they spawn back pretty quick, usually within about an hour, 2 hours tops. Most of your beehives will be back. So I take a look at when players are on the server, and I adjust when these automatically fire off to be right there in a timely fashion. This right here does the exact same thing to wyvern eggs, because they lose health when they're just sitting and chilling, and so after so many days, a wyvern egg will no longer be useful. Same thing with the rock drake egg and the Deinonychus. The crazy feather raptors, as I call them in my head. And this last little bit here, destroy Tribide dinos with I think it's 200 million or 2 billion, something like that. This Tribide is unclaimed, meaning any unclaimed dinosaur that nobody belongs to, no tribe owns it, a newborn dino that no one's come by and decided to imprint on, this right here will get rid of it. And that's important because occasionally somebody can take 2 oviraptors or 2 dodos or 2 very quick breeding dinosaurs and start to breed them so they can get an egg farm going on and forget about it. And I've done this before. Digrat's done this before. Back when we were playing on Extinction, we forgot that with Velonosaurs. Now, it's not as bad with Velonosaurs. Velos take a longer period to breed, but we were breeding like 2 Velos and we forgot to turn them off. and we logged back in to 15 Volanosaurs. Fortunately, we had the food to keep that going, but if we had not logged in for like the next week, we would have basically had an unusable server. So this fixes that. Now, it does have the drawback that if you're trying to breed during that period, you're going to have to actively make sure that you claim your dinos before that hits. Sounds like we're in. Hey, we're in. All right, and go ahead and lock that into 60 FPS. Maybe. There we go. All right. Wow, we got some audio delay. Actually, it's sounding like we've got the double arc audio thing. So that's going to be interesting. I don't know what causes that bug, but it definitely is one of the more annoying ones. So this is that other piece of code that you were just looking at that I'm going to show you guys here. This exchanger's got 13 items. And they're really, really cheaty coded right now. And the reason why they're that way is because we're testing some things. You'll notice here our little copper coin is cheated to 1 thatch. So this lets us basically test some things kind of as an admin and do a couple other things here. So what this is this is what we were talking about earlier, right? Gazol's really awesome currency converter for the actual auction house mod. And we're going to go over here, which will probably force everything to go back to the desktop. This is all of that code, and I made an error, so we'll fix that. And we'll fix it right here so you guys can see where the error is. Anytime you actually use a item name for a spawned item, you usually need that _C. Now on Gazol's wiki documentation, he doesn't have the _C on there, so I didn't use it. I usually trust the mod's documentation, but Gazol's wiki is a little it's a work in progress, and so he's converted everything off of Steam onto this awesome looking wiki, but there are some rough spots, clearly. So we'll be able to get into the upgrade station. We're not going to cover that today anyways, but we can get into that a little bit later in life. So let's go here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pop open this vault, go to the reward venue. All right, and we've had just a busy week, guys. We've not been able to do half the adjustments we want to on these, but what we can do is go to our Explorer's Kit, or it's not our Explorer's Kit, it's our Away Team Kit, I think. Trophy Hunter Kit, maybe. I know one of these. It's been a very long time since we looked into it. One of these has the radio in it, and we'll need that. Exploration Kit. There we go. So the Exploration Kit on our server, if you'll notice here, it requires level 7. So you can get this really super early on our server. And that will probably stay within the first 10 levels, to be honest. So we're going to purchase that. And this is going to be letting us start off with, well, that was rude. We went to buy it and we didn't get our spyglass. Exploration Kit. Oh, it's because we decided not to use the spyglass, apparently. Wait. I don't have it coded for... Oh, interesting. It's a 24-hour unlock, so we don't have the spyglass. That's fine, though. So, first thing we're going to show here is that this radio... We're going to put it in the 0... Actually, not the 0 spot. I think it's the 9 slot. So, in the 9 slot, what the radio will let us do is occasionally we will get broadcasts of a rare sighting and where it's located at. Now, there's not much we can do about that here. The other thing, though, that we're going to do is we're going to take some of this thatch that we have squirreled away here. I'm sure we have thatch in there. And we are going to go to our currency converter. We're going to grab some thatch, and we're going to make one of these shiny dino trackers. and one of these essence prods. And we're going to grab these back to our inventory. Alright, so the shiny Dino tracker is similar to RareSightings. So RareSightings, you guys, if you're fans of this channel, you're aware of what that is. We've twisted it a little bit to where the RareSightings that will be on the server will only be the aggro versions, the aggressive versions, the top tier predator versions of themselves. Now, that's not to say that you're not going to have to worry about anything coming out and killing you, right? Everything on this dinosaur island's wanting to do that. That's just the way the game plays out. However, some of the top tier aggressive dinos will be a little bit more different than what you're used to. Instead of it being, there we go, a rare brown hyenodon is still being tracked. Last seen near 35 or 55-35. So we're not going to see that on our map because we are all the way down here. But that is the way that this system works. Is it'll basically tell us, hey, you've got something somewhere on the map, and you can go and get it. Now, our goal is, since these things are only going to be the things that we spawn in are these alphas, these rare alpha type dinos, this 100% chance of alphas. And you can notice I'm saying that a couple times because it didn't spawn that from what it was saying. But it probably is. It probably is an alpha. And we may go into quick admin mode just to kind of look around and see. But the other thing I want to show, though, is the shiny tracker. So it's very similar to RareSightings, but when you use it, look at that. This is a lot different. A lot different than the way RareSightings works. This tracker is going to show us where all of these different types of dinos can be located. Now, it's not going to give us a specific latlon exactly. It looks like it does, right? But if you'll notice, all of the latlons are even numbers. And that's because the way this mod is built is because it will give you a 2x2 latitude longitude square reference. And thankfully it puts us where we want to put us there. Let's see though. And there's all sorts of different styles. Now there's a Skeletal Dodo. I, for one, ain't afraid of no dodo, right? I don't think anybody else is afraid of a dodo usually. And it's just over there, it says. So let's go hunt us a Skeletal Dodo so we can get an idea of what we're dealing with. And so we can see exactly what makes a shiny dino a shiny dino. And while we're at it, you know, we'll go and punch this up. And we'll see that we're supposed to be over there. And we'll be able to see that's supposed to be there. So we got a bit of a ways to go. Alright. So me and my 15 crossbow bolts are going hunting, and we do know that presumably the ichthyes are causing issues, so we may have to be worried about them a lot more than normal. A lot more than normal. Alright. So far everything seems to be okay. Let's see where we're at on the map. Well, according to the shiny tracker... Oh, let's see here. We're getting closer. How big are you? You're level 20. And that was some real bad lag. because something is going on with my computer still. I haven't been able to figure it out. Alright. So that Skeletal Dodo, it's around here somewhere, guys. Anytime I hear anything come out of the water, I'm always concerned. Because water is one of those natural boundaries in Ark. Water is one of those parts of the game that says you have made it to where you're not supposed to go any further. But the dodo we're hunting is over there. And that's one of the reasons why we're going to be using this particular mod for this particular server playstyle. We're expecting to get people to do some exploration. We're expecting to get people to go to parts of the map where they wouldn't go before. And I'm hoping that it's going to draw me out as well. Now, I, of course, am going to Brave Boy this real quick. So somewhere in all of that is a Skeletal Dodo. So we're going to see what we got going on here. It's a coelacanth. We're fine. There we go. Look at this. So this is what Shiny does. Here is a level 155 Skeletal Dodo. It's got this little disco thing going around. It's glowing. Clearly it's a dodo. And so we have options at this point, right? A rare alpha dodo is still being tracked. That's 2550, and that's at the Hades Northern Shore. Wow, okay. So what we can do here, now that we got to this Skeletal Dodo, is we can start looking at what our options are. And for what we brought with us, we have very little. Now, clearly we'd like to tame this, so we need some fiber, some hide, and some wood. Well, the fiber is easy enough to get, right? This is fiber. The wood's easy to get. The hide, though, that'll be something different. That'll be something else. Oh, we have an Ichthys. Oh, Ichthys. Please be friendly. Now, I do not know what's going to happen when we engage with this dodo. Most dodos are pretty chill. They'll give you the time of day. They'll make you a sandwich if you ask them to. They'll even listen to your jokes and laugh at them. You know, they're pretty awesome people. But Skeletal Dodos, I don't know. Things that change on this game. Okay. So let's get this crossbow out. Now, this is a level 25 dodo. That's about our speed right now, right? And for those of us that were worried about being able to get some hide, we now have hide. So we're almost to where we need to be. That should be absolutely everything we need now to craft us a slingshot. There we go. So now we get us a slingshot. Now we could try to kill this dodo, but to be honest, that's not really what we're wanting to do. We're wanting to try to tame it. We're not too far from our base, so we need to get some ammo. And here we go. So skeletal dinos look kind of scary, right? There's a chance when I hit this thing, it's going to become aggressive. Hey, it's not aggressive. Though up there is an alpha of some sort. Okay. That is unfortunate. And that is a piranha. Alright. So we have a couple of real bad pieces of news. Number one, we've lost our shiny Dino. And we probably lost it to the piranha. That's just the way the world works. So if we want to go shiny hunting, we definitely need to think about that. Two, there's still that alpha over here, and we don't know what it is. We do know that we saw it. And we saw its red glow. I'm pretty certain we saw it over here. Now the unfortunate thing about alphas... Okay, it's an alpha raptor. We are nowhere near equipped to take on a raptor, let alone an alpha. Whoa! Yoo-hoo! Well, that wasn't exactly what we're after, but we'll take it. Now, unfortunately, alphas do hit pretty hard. They also tear through most wooden structures. A blue manta. Now that is another thing that the RareSightings mod will give us, is some rare colored dinos, and that happens on the server settings that we have. 1 out of 20 of the alphas, instead of being an alpha, will be something a little bit less aggressive. Hey, he took our GPS. Let's get our GPS back, shall we? That's the one we were looking after. We got snookered. We had 2 of them come after us, and unfortunately we got sidetracked on one with the other. What a world we live in. Alright, so that is largely the way the shiny thing works. Now there are a couple things that we can do though, and I'm gonna show you guys that real quick. We're gonna quickly do our little, we're gonna become an admin thing. Alright, and now that once we're an admin, there's some documentation involving shiny that gives us a couple of cool commands. Now, the one thing that we're going to be using here is what's called the admin gun. Now, this is something that is going to be a little bit of a fun stream, and we're going to use it. I'm going to scroll down to this command here. Where is it at? Right. Supposedly there's an admin gun. I'm looking for the admin gun. Did it just pop in my inventory as soon as I became an admin? I doubt it. But yeah, it's not there. Admin, nope. Now, OSM admin works. That's neat. Shiny. Those are the two things that are in there. Ah, here we go. So, that's what I was looking for, is the actual item command. Alpha Direwolf. If you ever thought direwolves were scary, an alpha version. Alright, cheat. Give item. Shiny. Variant. Gun. One of them into my own inventory. There we go. And we have it to where anytime that I do anything that's admin at all, other than turning into an admin and working with the mod, as far as the vault's concerned, we do have a broadcast. That way people know, hey, Mag's doing something. Alright, so now we can take this admin gun, which... Okay, I must have typed something wrong. So let's try this again. Cheat, GFI, shiny, variant, gun, 100. There we go. That's what we missed. Somewhere our grammar was wrong. So now we got a shiny gun, so I can show you guys a little bit more what's what here. So with this gun, you go up to anything that you want, and then it's now a shiny. Now, if you'll notice, we'll show you guys a little bit here of what's going on. Here we go, at level 85 trilobite. There's no shiny trilobites, so I won't work on that one. Here we go. We have us a level 25 dodo. Boom, it's level 390 for a dodo. And it's a wild female Rockwell aberrant dodo. So that means it's going to have this purple coloration. It's going to be the aberrate version of it. And it's clearly disco shine, right? I mean... And we're just going to... unfortunately, brutally take one of these guys down, and it tells everybody that it's been killed. And when a shiny dino gets killed, you do get some fat loots. Now I want to show you guys the fat loots, because this is one of the coolest things about the dino thing, in my opinion, for shiny. And we're just going to go ahead and, since we leveled up, throw this under. We got our speed. We're doing fortitude now. So, all right. So look. We got, and this is just the way shiny works. Alright, this is not anything that I've done specific to the game. This is not anything that I've done specific for the mod. Actually, you know what? It's this is a lunar russet dodo. So we're gonna kill it in a little bit. But I want to show you guys the way this works. So we got us a kibble. We got us some absorbent substrate. We got us some black pearl. We got some blue gems, some green gems. We got some more kibble. We got some of the leech blood stuff. We got a plethora of items, including some actual gems. which are important. Now you'll notice that that's a little bit of an aberration theme on it. And I don't know if that's specifically because they're shiny or because that was an aberrant variant. That's one of the other reasons why we're about to go kill this poor dodo here. And YouTube, why do we have this on top chat? We want that to be on live chat so we can see everybody. Alright, so we're going to go over here to this dodo. And this dodo is about to have, unfortunately, not the best day today. Oh no. Oh no. You pego. You took my slingshot. I need my slingshot. Alright, where'd you go? Where'd you go? Give me back my slingshot. And let's go ahead and eat some food while we're waiting. There we go, alright. There's the other pego. This one will just shoot with the shiny gun. And shooting with the shiny gun, if you'll notice, it didn't change anything. It's still aggressive to me, still coming after me. Pego Maxes took my absorbent substrate. That's unfortunate. That's very much what we didn't want to have happen. Alright, so let's go ahead and switch out to our pickaxe. Hey, Shadow! Supreme Lurker there, guys. Thanks for popping in, Shadow. We are playing with some of the new mods, showing them off so people know what to expect. The one that we're kind of testing off right now is one called Shiny, which is making some disco dinos. Alright. We want to... where is it? I know there's a method that we can do that will actually only show us those that we can craft and know. Crafting. Huh. That must be a different setting that I'm thinking about then. Alright, here we go. Let's just craft us some arrows. So I hear the dodo. Well, that's a current bug with the party hats. Apparently they had some code still in the game involving party hats, and they've not yet fixed it. There's been a lot of interesting bugs going on with Ark lately. And normally, as a rule of thumb, we do not play Ark during the initial releases because of bugs like this. But we really want to get this server going so people can see it. If we can't find us a... Now we know that other dodo should be alive. Oh, I think I saw telltale signs. No? No. There we go. Whoa. It's Attack of the Killer Pegos, guys. Oh, he took my black pearl. Nope. Even if you're level 95, you don't get to get that. Give it back. Give it back. All of it. Alright. So I know Shadow just popped in here, so you can definitely take a look at the Disco Dodo for a second. So this is a lunar russet dodo. So I'm guessing lunar for moon and russet for potato. So now we're going to fill it through with some arrows. And we'll have a good idea if it drops what the other one did. Man, this lag is unfortunate. There we go. So, if you look, the russet dino, and I was hoping that would be the case, it did not drop the same things. What it did do is we got a chibi. Interesting. What chibi did we get? We got a bulb dog chibi? Okay. Now that's pretty snazzy. They do drop from shinies, chibis of all shapes and sizes, depending upon what's actively available. The russet, the potato-like shiny, dropped edible foods. Mind Wipe Tonic. I'll turn these tooltips back on. Mind Wipe Tonic, Lazarus Chowder, Enduro Stew, all things that are edible. But all of it's cooked. So as you can see, Turtle Club, the shiny dinos on this server, when you do come across them, they are going to be rather. There's another russet party. So if our premise, if our theory holds true, when we shoot this dodo enough times for it to drop, we should get food items out of it. So what that means is while you're hunting these guys out, there we go, more edibles, but it looks like in this case some of it's medical, and I think we got some pearls out of it. So hunting down shinies, as soon as you get the shiny tracker and see, like, there's an onyx. That's a bat. No one's going to want to fight that. Rainbow Compy. Someone might want to tame that. A hefty russet mammoth. And if you'll notice anything special about where these dinos are, I don't know this map well enough to determine if these guys are in the normal area. But my understanding is that they're supposed to be just basically the shiny tiger pegomastix has been killed. Well, we know there's no other players on the server right now, so that means that something killed it. So here is a Lystro, and is a satiate, dreary rainbow Lystrosaurus, and it has some stats on it. That's the other thing about shinies, is they are ginormous. They are so gigantic that taming them is going to not be an easy feat. If you want to tame them, though, you can. Now, we have not yet gotten all the taming settings to where we want them on the server. We are working toward that end. That rare blue manta is still being seen. And that is because we happen to have the radio in our 9th slot. That's why we're getting that information from RareSightings. So if you don't want the RareSightings to tell you what's going on, you don't have to. Oh, look at that. Now that was not the Lystro that we were coming after. But, you know, we can go ahead and shiny another one of these. This one's already 145. This thing's going to be ginormous. Look at that, 395. Alright. Oh, something got a hold of that dodo. A cake slice. Interesting. Alright. So, we have 2 of these Lymantrias. We know that we can feed them berries. We're going to go ahead and put these here. And we know this is going to be mostly all for naught, because this thing is going to barely get any tame percentage. And if we were to try to tame this thing like this, that would be the whole entire stream. Definitely not something we want to do. Hi, Compy. Compies are the popcorn chicken of Ark. So one thing I do want to point out also, Turtle Club, is with this particular server set up the way it is, we are working on getting the level balancing correct as well. We put this little chibi on our server and requires expansion pack to equip Aberration. We already have Aberration on the server. It's not getting any experience because we've not killed any alpha creatures. So what happens though is these things can level up to level 5 and you get a bonus level when you level them up. Alright, look, that thing's still not hungry and it's still wandering around. So we're going to actually put it down too, so we can get an idea of what this thing's going to actually drop when we see them in the wild. Possibly. There's a strong chance that we don't have enough arrows to take this thing. There we go. So you'll notice again we got some type of food based name, and for the most part it looks like it's giving us some food based stuff. Now the next thing that we're about to hit with this shiny gun in a few seconds after we take this guy down is we're going to go up to one of these really nasty dilos. We're going to make a whole big huge pile of arrows and we're going to take one out. There we go. Headshots. Getting headshot bonus. Adjusting for movement. The lag looks like it's mostly gone. There we go. So again, this one here, not a food-based name, but it gave us a similar sampling of what we're getting. So all that said, I would have to say that that's pretty much going to be the loot table for these things. I've killed a few on other servers. We go, another chibi. Oh, Chibi Man, a Gammer. I bet you that thing is adorable. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It just kind of plods along. So with Shiny, the ability to hunt these things, it's going to be one of those things that's definitely going to be good to try to get into. Right, so we should have a good amount of thatch. Where is our pickaxe? Pickaxe. We can't, clearly we can't harvest that. We can harvest this though. I do like how Olympus is kind of sort of built and set up. Alpha Aberrant Carbonus. Think about it. An alpha turtle coming after you. That'll be very hilarious once it happens. Alright, do we have what we need for arrows? Signs point to yes, because it's flint, fiber, and thatch. We're going to be able to craft about 20 of these. And we're going to swing by our base for a moment to repair our crossbow. Another party dodo. And right there is our next target, that Dilo. We're going to see if there's a difference when we kill an actual predator. Alright, what we need is some metal ingots. We have nowhere near enough metal ingots. So, do we have any cooking over here? We don't. Where is our raw metal? We got some of that. What about over here? Any raw metal that we have still listed in here? We have one piece. Which brings us up to not enough metal ingots to repair. So we're going to hope. That's a very big word for us at this moment, is hope that this 4 will be enough, or this crossbow rather, will be enough to do what we need to do. I don't think it's going to actually. So let's go see if we can't harvest some more incidental rock somewhere. I gotta say, I do like exploring new servers, especially because I don't know where I used to go in and get everything. You know, it's kind of like when you go to a new town and you move there, it's exciting, it's new, you don't know where the Walmart is, and so you have to kind of go exploring, and you don't know where, like, you know, every town has that store, and regardless of what your hobbies are, regardless of what you like to do for your time, even if you do cross stitch like Chadley does, or you like to do 3D printing like I do, or you like to read books, right? There is a shop somewhere that is like your home calling, right? It is like a soothing experience to know that such a place exists for you. For me, since I do like all things kind of techie, it's a store around here in Georgia called Micro Center. It's amazing. I can go in there, and it's like a higher version of Radio Shack. I loved Radio Shack back in like the late 90s. Probably one of my favorite stores to go in and shop in. It had a number of really, really, really important stuff. Let's go ahead and drop all of this. We're not going to be keeping any of the stuff that we've gotten from adminning around. We are going to pull a few things out, though, that are clearly ours. None of that, none of that. Those we got on our own, that we got on our own. Drop those because we didn't get all of those on our own. And drop those. That we've harvested. We definitely need our arrows. Let's make sure we grab our admin stuff. Stone. Okay, and most of those berries. Okay, so let's go and see. We have plenty of that now. Drop this there. Now we can repair this. So now we're about to do something I consider it quite stupid. We're going to take this shiny pistol, and we're going to go shoot the Dilo. And actually, we're going to see if the Dilo is going to come home with us. because there's one other thing that we've not done yet. I don't know what level this thing's about to become. I don't know if we're going to be able to do this or not. I do know that whatever this is... Okay, first and foremost, there's 2 of them. That's a minor problem. Level 55. Okay, 55 is not exactly what we're hoping to turn into a big guy. Yeah, that's a bit of a problem. Let's switch out the real arrows from the trank arrows for a second. Are you the 55? Alright, you're the 55. I think I saw you are 15. Hey, you are much, much, much better on my speed. Alright. So we're going to go over here. And we're about to be very, very stupid. You there. Get shiny. Level 300. Look at that thing. Look at that thing. Alright. We don't know what its name is. We just know it's level 300. And it is running at us. Hey, it's running away. That's a good sign. A male princess Dilophosaur. Alright, so it's unconscious. We're going to put some food in its inventory. We're going to put some narc berries in its inventory. And we're pretty much, that's all we got to do to tame it. I mean, shinies are exactly like everything else. Now, due to the lag we've been having, we are going to... Hello, I am not able to read that language, but welcome to the channel. Alright. You are starving. Well, starving is unfortunately something we do really well in this game. Let's eat a lot of berries. We ran away from this thing. Hopefully, we're about to see that it's been eating while we've been gone. Well, maybe not. Alright. That's okay. We'll feed you a few of these berries. Hey, 2.8. That's no bueno. Alright. 2 things are going to have to happen. 1, 2.8% with regular drop. He's going to need like 50 steak. So we're going to get some steak. 1, 2. We're going to switch out to regular arrows. Bum, 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 bum. Because this guy is going to absolutely eat us out of house and home, possibly. Alright, we're going to need real narcotics instead of narco berries to keep this guy under. So throw that in there, throw that in there. We can make 1. It's better than 0, right? Alright. Do we have any spoiled meat in here? We don't. No spoiled meat in there either. None was in our inventory, or did we have some in our inventory and we just pitched it? Okay. We could technically grab this exceptional kibble because we're testing. So we're going to grab these kibbles out of here. So that's a pretty good reason to have the kibbles then. And to hunt down shinies. Like if you're not wanting to tame a particular type, you just go in and get the kibble from killing one. Yeah, that thing's dropping like a stone. So let's just throw all these on there. Here. Take some of that. Drink some medicine. Boy, howdy, that torpor number is going down still pretty rapidly, all things considered. So Turtle Club, we're going to tame this thing so we can get a better idea of what happens when we tame one. I am also running around like a madman to go kill one. There we go. There is... No, that's an Oviraptor. How's this thing looking? You there. Eat all of those, please. And now we're going to go and start gathering these. Because we're going to need some more narco berries. And a jungle triceratops. So if you'll notice, it does work a lot like RareSightings, and the fact that we get colorations. We had that really cool skeletal one that we saw earlier, and now it's taming much faster because it's eating some of that kibble, which is great. Eat those. In Turtle Club, I do hate that we'll need to cut this stream a little bit on the short side today. Digret's coming home tomorrow, and I have been living like a bachelor for like 3 weeks. It requires me to have a lot more responsibility when she's not here, and I've unfortunately, when I should have been doing some of my household chores last night, I was puttering around on the ARC server a little bit and getting some of this stuff set up, and so I do apologize, but I am going to need to make sure I spend a little bit more time this morning before bed doing things that I should have done all along. That's poor management on my side for time, but wow, have we seriously, like, oh, here we go. How big are you? Actually, it doesn't matter. We're just going to shoot you full of arrows until you fall over. Oh, we can't be shooting a turtle though. Oh. Oh, I don't know what that was that just shot me. I don't know what it was that just hit me. We're going to have to reevaluate. Where is it? Where is it? There's the shiny one. Ah. Well, that's unfortunate. Alright, so we're going to respawn a random location, and we're going to hoof it as quickly as we can to the southeast corner of nowhere. Okay. That is not true. So that's good to know. We absolutely want to outrun that jellyfish. All right. Unfortunately, we had a fairly decent idea of where we wound up winding up at, because we walked all the way over there to go hunt down that wonderful skeletal dodo that unfortunately didn't pan out. It's still alive. We never got a notification it was killed, Turtle Club. So we know it's still alive somewhere. I guess we could have used the tracker to kind of get an idea where it's at. I just forgot about that. I'm not used to using the mod yet. Yes, I am tired. I realize that. There is our death beam. We always are happy to see those. Hey, are these... That's just a graphical thing. Okay. 3 seashells in a row. That's... I feel like there's a Judge Dredd joke. Or no, not Judge Dredd. Demolition Man. Both really, really campy, futuristic Stallone movies. Alright. Come here. Grab all of that. First things first, let's start off with the one that's actually smaller. Good. And now we can kill this big one. The shiny lichen Dilophosaur has been killed. So... not sure what lichen does for us. I mean, all these different names have different things. Some are color patterns, some are more important type things. I'm willing to bet at this stage, back over this way, he is either needing to be knocked unconscious more, or almost tamed. Hey, he's almost tamed. Alright, cool. So that's a plus for us. So this time we got some cake. We got some more edible things. We got a lot of interesting stuff here. Some crafting materials. So there is a variation with what we get off the shiny dinosaurs. So I'm very happy about that. I am kind of concerned about my movement speed. It doesn't seem like I'm running as fast as I used to when I have 118. So there is some cause for concern there. Alright, and we're going to put this there, put that there, that there as well. Put our berries over, our thatch, our flint, arrows and stone, all of that there we don't need, so we're just going to drop it. So when you look at it, it's got Princess Dilophosaur in it, so that means its species is princess. So I don't know what princess does. Now, I do have the shiny FAQ pulled up over here, so let's go take a look. Alright, special abilities and attributes of dinosaurs. So we have a princess. So let's go ahead and call it princess. You know, it's spectral, filthy, frozen, holographic, lunar, taser, hardy, radioactive, psychotropic, tinies. Alright, so Princess is just a color scheme. It is just a color scheme. So, and I wanted to show this off because of what we're about to do here. And it's one of the reasons why this little cattle prod thing that you see in my inventory is going to still be in our inventory. So we're going to say whistle. Actually, we're going to just tell it to stay right where it's at. Fortunately, if you have been playing along with us today, you realize that the number of... Oh, I forgot. And check it out. Princess still has all of its sparkles. Princess will keep those. And because we have that set for our server setting, that shiny dinosaurs are always shiny. Now, if that becomes an issue for the community at large due to graphical particle reasons, we'll turn that off. Which means that they'll be shiny for a little bit, and they'll still keep their specialness. They'll still keep their colors. Actually, you know what? Princess, come here. Come here, Princess. I just remember where all of our meat is. Or was. And our moss chops has been okay. We're going to split this in half. We're going to give our moss chops some of that. Alright. Buddy, we're going to move you around a little bit. Boom. Alright, Princess. We are going to park you there. And we do know that on our way over this way, we saw some other Dilophosaurs. And we don't have too much longer to go on what I want to show. But, oh, there is that alpha. Oh, that's no bueno. That's no bueno. Okay, well, we will turn it around and go the other direction. Because, yuck. Yuck, 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 yuck. We weren't hoping to find us a alpha anything today. And we unfortunately found an alpha. We also saw that cool, Dino. And speaking of which, it's still there. Skeletal Dodo. It just ran off. Alright, so here we go. So here's some Trink arrows. This thing's down already. Level 20. Alright, this is what we were hoping to find over here. Oh. Oh. That we weren't hoping to find at all. We will be killing this thing. And we will go over here, drop that in there, eat us some food. There is a chance that this thing is taming and we're just too close because of some of the lag we're getting. So we're going to run off screen for a second. Gather us some more possible berries. And then come back. No, still not taming at all. Has not eaten anything either, but that's fine. Hopefully this thing won't take too long to tame. Ultimately, we do got to get off of here no later than about another 10 minutes or so to our club, so... I know you guys like to eat food. Let's run all the way over to our base, because that will definitely be pretty much outside our render distance. Super not looking forward to these raptors. We know we have a raptor coming for us. I'm hoping the raptor comes over to this thing, because look, this is a level, it shakes the screen so much I can't see. Level 380. A 380. There we go. Alright, that's what we're hoping to find. Awesome. Hi. Aren't you just adorable? So, we have a rare sign, Pulmoscorpius. Alright. So, another one of the reasons why we want to keep shiny is because the RareSightings dinos, occasionally you'll get a color like that, right? And all the color does is just the color. Now, what I want to show you though is this cattle prod, and it's going to require a considerable amount of things to be able to acquire out of the exchanger. It's not going to be a shop thing. It's going to be the exchanger, and the exchanger is going to require certain specific type items to trade over. Alright, so, but this cattle prod thing, you can learn how to make one eventually, but it's going to require a lot. So you take this cattle prod, you go up to a shiny dino, and come on, I know there's a way to do this. What am I failing to understand here? So, let me hover over this thing again. Oh, okay. That's what I didn't do right. Well, that one's on me. So, alright. We are going to do this. I thought it had to be a tamed one, but I was wrong. It's got to be a non-tamed one. So we have this shock prod, and it aggroes the dino. And you can look, this thing is actually aggressive toward me, Turtle Club. It gets close enough to me, it was going to bite me. No ammo. Oh no. There we go. So that should have... And unfortunately, again, we weren't really too... Really angry at kill extracted since before. Yep, we did not take that thing out fast enough. So we're gonna go just once more, because we got just a few more minutes. What is up with that? Come on, this way. Go to our little converter guy. Drop that. we will be successful at this one. Failure is not an option that we're going to entertain. Alright, so I thought I heard another dodo squawking around here. Looks like there's a dodo right there. So we have a dodo, and we're going to poke it, and now we're going to shoot it. Luminous polar. And it's aggressive, and we see the aggressive cloud. Alright, now we have a shiny essence. And so that's the big thing. That's what I wanted to show with this, is the shiny essence. Because what the shiny essence is it is a consumable for your dinos. So if you get the cattle prod, you get the shiny essence out of the dino, and then feed this to a dino to turn it shiny. Only the right type of dino will eat it, and only if it's not shiny yet. So notice we can't feed this to the moss chops. Bummer. Alright, so what that does mean is that I need to trank, arrow, craft one, equip, and then take our inventory, get our slingshot from earlier, get our cattle prod, and we don't need the cattle prod anymore, so we just drop those. Drop, 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 drop. Notice it has no expiration time on it, guys. That's actually a pretty good thing in my opinion. And one thing that this means is if you see a dino and you don't think you're going to be able to attack it and tame it. Let's say it's like a raptor, alright? There's no way you're going to be able to tame a raptor, so you use the cattle prod on it and you just kill it afterwards. Where is a dodo? We've had several of them around today. How big are you? 20. We killed one. We weren't trying to kill one. We want to go for, well, probably a good idea just to punch them. With the lag though, my goodness. Wait, that's a level 145. We're definitely probably not going to kill it. Actually, I don't even think we can tame this thing. Alright. There is just a horrible number of dodos in our wake at this point. I feel slightly bad about that. Level 135. Oh man, all these dodos are just too tough for us. 25, there we go. You there. Old 25 dodo. You killed a dodo. Okay, well we clearly hit too hard. We clearly do a lot of things really bad at this point. That's a pego. We so didn't want the pego to be here. Hey, it's unconscious. Good. Maybe we'll stay that way for a while. Level 140 dodo. Yep. Those are simply not going to be tameable at this point. So we're just going to, let's see here. Alright. I know there's a force tame command, but I, for the life of me, cannot remember what it is. So we are going to do this a different way. What we should have done all along. Alright, we'll do this. We're going to grab that. We're going to grab this. We are going to take our cattle prod, which we dropped all of. Yay, for not having forward thoughts. We're trying our best to keep our eyes on the clock, guys. You there, monkey. We need one more cattle prod because we were not thinking straight. Apparently we just kill all the dodos. Alright, you there, Mr. Moss Chops. How big a Moss Chops are you? 50? And now you're 370. We need you to die before we get to Triceratop World. So bad. I don't even know if we're gonna kill this thing in time. And we're out of ammo again. Alright, well, Turtle Club, at this point, there's one more thing I could do. I completely didn't even think about it. Last week we completely shared a mod, right? We went over it in detail. Timmy Carbine's auto rewards. Reward vault. Default category. Choice of berry tame. Garden tame. There we go. Aberrant dodo. We're going to make us an aberrant dodo. We're going to grab it. We're going to put it down here. There's our aberrant dodo. Here we go. Yoo-hoo, dodo. Eat this. Really? So it's got to be a different kind of dodo? Alright, well, we'll have to keep that in mind. Because all of our options here are aberrant. So what we're going to do at this point is we're going to just quickly, just so we can show this off. Packs. It's your daily admin arc. Remove. Add Dino. Land. Dio. Add a dodo. Update the pack. And we're going to go into our admin menu real quick. Purchase our admin dodo. Alright. Really? Luminous Party Dodo. It's got to be a party dodo. It can't be any other kind of dodo. That's what's going on. Wow. Wow. That's both a good thing and a bad thing. I mean, so let's remove the dodo. Let's add a dino. And let's do party modded. Alright, well, we managed to get the one dino that we would not be able to win with. Wow. Wow. Okay. Well, the last thing we need to do, guys, is we need to clean this up. So cheat, give, creative mode. Take the admin rifle. Alright, there's the admin rifle. We got rid of all the things that we have cheated in here, guys, while we've been testing this all out. We're just going to clean that up real quick. It still has the party essence. As you'll notice, none of these guys had the party stuff in it. None of it had the essence in it, other than the one that we had it just holding on to the essence. And at this point, we're just going to drop all this. On Turtle Club, we are going to be calling it quits. Thank you, Shadow, for hanging out with me, and new person who came in and posted some emojis and then either lurked or bounced. I'm gonna have myself a good day. Did some cleaning done, and then have a good night. Turtle Club, you will have a good breakfast, a good lunch, good dinner, whatever you're about to do. Thank you for hanging out with me. Oh, look, my dude's ponytail's starting to grow in. My guy's ponytail's starting to grow in. How about that? But Turtle Club, you all have a good breakfast, a good lunch, a good dinner. Lurk Squad, you guys have a good day as well. But what are we about to do, Turtle Club? Stay safe, wash your hands, and as always, have a good one. Thanks for watching, and take care, guys.